become one.
Scanning the nanite
The
threat.
Borg.
Gun. Additional data is available.
95%.
Right guys, so hopefully you can hear me again. So I was just trying out these private queues that have been added to the game. So obviously that was an ISA solo private queue, and I took my Voth Bastion flight deck carrier there, and to see how well it could tank, you know. So if you bear with me a minute, I'm just going to have a quick look at the path and then we can look at the build, okay? Right, that's pretty good. So the ship got 126k there, which I think is pretty good, and didn't die, took the threat as well. So obviously it is possible to get in there and solo an ISA with, you know, a good ship, right? So we'll have a look at the build that I was using here, right? So this is an unusual ship, right? It's a Voth Bastion, a Voth Bastion flight deck carrier, right? And basically you have to buy these ships now off the exchange, right? And they are pretty expensive now, guys, right? But I got this way back when they were still cheap. I've had it for a very long time, and it is one of the best tanks in the game. Believe me, I've flown, you know, I tank a lot, cruisers, you know, whatever. But this thing is an incredibly strong tank, and I think, as you've seen there, that, you know, the amount of damage, you know, have a look at the parts on that and check that, but the amount of damage it took in there was pretty phenomenal. Shrugged it off, didn't really come near to dying, and, you know, killed all the enemies. You know, as you've seen there, I only dropped 1 point, which, you know, these things will happen. Right, so this is the Voth Bastion flight deck carrier. It is upgraded to, it comes, if you do buy it, guys, it comes with the free T5U upgrade token. So you'll be able to upgrade it right away, a T5U, and then I've upgraded it again with an experimental token to get this extra universal token. So you won't have this console, right? But when you unpack it, you will get all these, you know, it's got full end game stats, you know, it's got 11 consoles there once you upgrade it to the T5U, guys, right? And it's a phenomenal ship, right? So the masteries of this ship are 25 physical and kinetic damage resistance, rapid repairs, increased hull regen, quick deployment because it is a carrier, and that will increase your recharge time for your pets or decrease it. And finally, it's enhanced hull plating with 25 energy and radiation damage resistance. So it's a 4-4 weapons configuration on this ship. I've got my dark matter quantum torpedo, it's Discovery Rep. I'm using the Terran Task Force Disruptor Dual Heavy Cannons from the Terran Rep. I've got Spiral Wave Disruptor Dual Cannons. You unlock these guys by, you can get them for the Dill store under Reclaim. You'll need to buy a Cardassian ship to get access to Spiral Wave weapons, guys, right? But they are, you know, among the best, if no the best disruptor weapons in the game. They're no cheap, right? But they are good. So I've got an aim there, dual cannon, and finally I just had a crafted disruptor dual cannon with a pen modifier on it. I had my elite fleet protomatter deflector from your fleet. Impulse was the competitive impulse engines from the competitive rep. Plasma integrated workcore from your fleet. Tilly's shield from the Discovery reputation. Aft weapons were the House Martok disruptor energy weapon. You get that from a mission, and the reason I'm using that, guys, instead of a turret is because of a 2-piece bonus you get with it. It's very nice. It's precision instruments and it's plus 2/5 critical chance and plus 15 accuracy rating. So a very nice bonus there. Then I had my heavy biomolecular disruptor turret, which you get from your Undine reputations. The reason I'm running that is because there's a nice 2-piece with that there as well. And if you look at the 2-piece, it's a plus 7.5 bonus phaser, disruptor, plasma and tetrion energy weapon damage, and a 2% increased chance for your biomolecular intubation apply to your weapons. So that is a Cat 2 damage boost, guys, right? And that's why that is there. So it's a very nice boost damage to my disruptor weapons there, and that's why it's in the build. The final 2 turrets are just crafted disruptor turrets. Again, I slap the pen modifier on it because it's good for generating threat, basically. And then my devices: Kobayashi Maru, phased waveform beating, energy amplifiers, and a Nimbus Pirate distress call. You don't have to have these, that and that. You don't have to have slotted, guys, okay? You can just equip them for your inventory, but again, you know, I don't have anything else really to put in the device slot, so I just slapped them in there, right? But just be aware of that, right? Because that's 2 extra device slots that you could have available there. The universal console I had was the second part of the counter command set, right? And it doesn't really do a lot for you. Wee bit of engine power, wee bit of aux power, bit of accuracy and a bit of turn rate. It's not a bad console, but really it's just there for that 2 set bonus with a 7.5% Cat 2 disruptor damage on it. Engineering consoles were my House Martok defensive configuration. You get that from the mission along with that there. And again, we've seen earlier, it's 2.5 crit chances plus 15 accuracy, so great set bonus, and it is a pretty decent weapon as well. And then I had just a Bellum RCS accelerator from your Discovery reputation store. Just there again, you know, I'm using cannons on the build. This doesn't turn well, so it's giving me turn rate and a good bit of crit chance, so pretty nice. I've got my link command matrix. You get that from the Jem'Hadar Vanguard carrier, and that's there for a bit of hull capacity, 2.5% crit chance with energy weapons, and it also gives you quite a nice combat pet as well. So a very nice console there. I had this one here, hull image refractors, guy. You buy them from the exchange. They're about 7 million generally, and they're an excellent tanking console, right, and that's why I took it in to that solo I say there, because you know, I knew I would do the survival. But basically, don't worry too much about the clicky. It's actually the passive, right, and it's a 20% all damage. Now it is only a cat 1 damage, guys, right, so don't get carried away with that. It's a small damage boost, but it does apply to everything, okay, so it is helpful on any type of build if you equip it. And basically what it does is, if you look at the details, right, incoming heals using your max will apply 10 crit points for 30 seconds, right, so basically it's going to allow you to stack loads and loads of temporary hit points every time you're put them half a heal, guys, okay. Again, the clicky, I didn't even use it there, I don't rate it, right, but it is there if you want it. It'll basically cloak you and regenerate your hull, okay. You know, it's a no crap button, right. Again, gladly I didn't have to use it, but it is there if you do need it. Last engineering was my simulated module from your Omega Rep. Science consoles, I had my DPRM. 0 point energy conduit from a Romulan rep. I had a Swarmer matrix which you buy off the exchange. Again, because I'm running carrier, this is going to help my pets, and it also deploys a drone swarm, which could be quite handy as well. And then I had in my tactical consoles Lorca's custom fire controls from Discovery Rep, and then just 2 vulnerability locators from the fleet. In my hangar was just my standard Toad Fighter Squadrons. You buy that from the Ship and Shuttle Requisitions Officer, guys. They're very cheap, so that was what I had slotted there. And you can see my stats there, and yeah, so traits I was using there: accurate, beam barrage. Remember, I've got an Omni beam in the back, guys, so it does help that. Cannon training, because I'm using lots of cannons and turrets. Bulkhead technician, extra survival, and also crit chance from Tyler's duality. Operative, crit chance, crit severity. Grace under fire allows me to use my miraculous repair more often, which is excellent for survival on an engineer. Innocuous, +5 crit severity and threat generation. Thrill seeker for extra speed, and then techie for more hull healing and passive hull regen. You should have all these. The only thing, obviously, if you're not an engineer, guys, you're not going to have access to that, right? Starship traits I was using: emergency weapon cycle, superior red and denial. Again, cause I've got pets, but also as well, I didn't have room for an attack pattern, guys, so even without the pets, right, it's worth remembering, guys, that superior area denial is basically going to give you a free attack pattern, right, so it's a very nice one there. Improved predictive algorithms comes from your abilities command. Nope. Must be Intel then. Yeah. So it comes when you max out your Intel, guys, that one, okay. Now, the reason I have it in there simply is because of the massive accuracy debuff I'm getting, because I'm only using Scatter Volley 1, right, and basically every time that'll basically stack up some accuracy as the battle goes on to help counteract that. you don't want to go into negative accuracy, guys, right? Because you will begin to miss even NPCs at that point, okay? Supercharged weapons and Withering Barrage to extend my scatter volley there, okay? And then finally had automated shield alignment. Now guys, this is a really good one. You get that, you got this for last year's anniversary event ship, the Kittimer Alliance Battle Cruiser, right? It's an excellent trait when you're fighting Borg. If you look at it, 0 to 15% bonus all damage, which I believe is a Cat 2 damage, right? Scales with missing shields. When you defeat a foe, 25% of your shields back. So basically, when you're fighting Borg, as we all know, you're going to have no shields, and that's going to be a 15% Cat 2 bonus damage when they drain your shields. So the way I look at it is, you drain my shields, I'm just going to hit you a lot harder and punish you for that. And also, when you defeat an enemy, it restores a significant amount of your shields back. It's honestly, see if you're fighting Borg, guys, it's like a no-brainer, because you're going to get the full benefit out of that, okay? Space reputations was Tyler's duality, advanced targeting, precision, magnified firepower, and energy refrequency. The main reason that's said is, although it doesn't give you a huge amount healing, remember it helps to proc that hull image refractors, right? So that is really why that's here, because it makes the hull image refractors stack up temporary hit points, you know, even quicker, right? So that, again, that's given me a hell of a lot of survivability. So stations, again, because this is a T5U, there is no specialist seating. However, I wouldn't let that worry you guys, right? You don't really need specialist seating in a lot of ships, and you don't need it in this one, right? So you've got a Lieutenant Universal station. I have it as a tactical with Scatter Volley 1 and Chemosite 1. You've also got this Ensign Universal, which I've slotted in an engineering team in. You've got a Lieutenant Tactical, I've got Torpedo Spread 2 and Fire at Will 1. You've got a Commander Range, I've got Energy Modulation 3, Mercenary Weapons 3, Auxiliary Aux to Bat 1, and Let It Go 1. And then you've got this Lieutenant Commander Science. And I've got Gravity Well 1, Photonic Officer 1, and Harris Emitters 1. So, as you see guys, this is what we call a half bat build, a half Aux to Bat build, okay? Now, if I'd wanted full Aux to Bat, right, I would have had to have basically slotted another engineer in there, which would have, which would have left me with, even if I slotted a tactical guy in that unit, that's only 3 tactical slots, which is not really enough for what I want to do with the ship. So instead of that, I've went for the half bat for more flexibility in the bridge seating, basically, and I think you see there it actually worked very well. Everything is pretty much on global with that setup, guys, okay? So that was my stations there, and my active reputation, my specialisation, it's middle worker primary, which shouldn't really surprise anybody seeing as I was getting into a tank, and strategist secondary, again, shouldn't really surprise you guys, because if you notice I had my threatening stance on there, right, and basically it's just going to give you a whole lot of benefits in terms of survivability when you've got your threatening stance on, okay? So that pretty much covered the build. So I'm quite enjoying these solo queues. As we were having a discussion on the Discord recently about your numbers in ISA, your pass numbers and things, and how at the end of the day it isn't really your damage, and that's very true. When you're in a pug ISA, it's a combination. Everybody's pass is a combination of the combined damage and debuffs etc. that's coming out for the team, right? So you can't really tell, right, exactly how much. You can get an idea, but again, it's not gonna be accurate because you've got everybody else's stuff coming into that. When you do these private queues, it's a test of your ship and your piloting and your piloting only, and that's what I quite like about that. Okay, so I don't really think there's any much else I have to say about that. If anybody has any question about the build, you can just drop it in the comments or contact me in game. Okay, but I do recommend you go and do these private queues a try, guys. They are a very good way to gauge the performance of your ship in a solo run. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I might try and get some other of these type of videos up as well, with different ships and different tunes, just to compare things. So as always, I wish everybody a good hunt, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye then.